Hello everyone, my name is Sam and welcome back to another Becoming Sam episode. This is going to be the second episode in my journey to bottom surgery. So in the first one I basically summarised how I was feeling in between my first signature appointment and my second signature appointment. To summarise it, I was pretty unsure but wanting to pursue the journey, and if you do want to know a bit more in depth about how I was feeling at the time, then I will link the video in the description where I talk about it. So in the UK, the way that it works is that you need two signatures from two different doctors that basically say that you want bottom surgery and they think you're ready for it. So this episode is about that second signature and that appointment. So you're actually allotted, I think, an hour's time for that appointment, and even though I felt like we maybe spoke about quite a bit, I was done in pretty much 25 minutes, and quite a bit of that time was the doctor asking me questions of advice on how she can help other people, which was a bit weird. So not really on the topic of this video, but she sort of asked me, like, you know, what I would recommend saying to people considering top surgery and stuff like that, and I don't really know how it got there, but we did talk about me transitioning over to Nebido as one of the points, and we also talked about bottom surgery. Now, somewhere I read that that appointment was actually my first signature for bottom surgery, and I was like, hell no, am I not sort of going into this process to be turned down at this point and told that I have to wait for ages again. So we clarified that it was going to be my second signature, and we spoke about it a bit. To be fair, there weren't an awful lot of questions. She did ask me how much I'd been thinking about it and how much I'd been wanting it, why I wanted bottom surgery, what research I'd done. There were a few questions, but it wasn't too loaded. I don't think either of my appointments were really that in-depth. I feel like the appointment I had with Dr. Lorimer privately for my top surgery referral was definitely a lot more thorough than these two. I don't feel like they covered all that much individually, and still when put together didn't feel like that much, but anyways, it was enough for them to decide that they understood that I knew what I wanted, which ironically I don't really know all that much. So actually something that I didn't mention in my last video was that part of that first signature was that you can get referred for a kind of like a consultation with St. Peter's Andrology. St. Peter's are the people who do bottom surgery for people in the UK, and they're the only team, and they are based in London. Now, I don't know what happened to my referral for that consultation. It's not official consultation, it won't put you on a waiting list, it's just sort of to talk about your options a little bit. That appointment never came up, so it was a bit annoying because I was going to use that to help me judge what I wanted, and I didn't have that, so a lot of it was just based off of what I knew from the internet and a lot of thinking. I essentially concluded by the time of that second appointment that I was looking into having metoidoplasty. So I had very much settled on that, and I wasn't really sure how much of it I wanted. I think at the time I did mention that I probably wasn't going to have urethral lengthening, but I wasn't dead set on it, and I essentially just really wanted my actual consultation with St. Peter's Andrology where I could make those decisions. So once it had happened and that appointment was over, it was slightly underwhelming because first of all, it was just really short, and second of all, it was weird not to have to fight for it. I mean, it's a good thing because we spend way too much of our transitions explaining and clarifying why we should be given something, and this time it just happened. And I had, no concept of timescale, and with my previous consultation having not worked out, I really didn't know how it was all going to go. I got my write-up with my two signatures pretty quickly, and it was nice to have it in writing that it was definitely all going through, especially considering that the start of that appointment kind of sounded like maybe I wasn't going to get my second signature, but I did definitely have them at the end of that, and when I got that paperwork, that's really when it settled in for me. So it wasn't really at that appointment, though it was there as well. I was nervous, I was like sweating and everything, but it was more so once I got that letter and it was in writing and I was like, whoa, this is real, like this has been sent off for a consultation. And I knew that, like, I might be waiting a while for a consult. I knew I would be waiting forever after that if I did decide to have surgery. But nonetheless, like, I was like, this is real, When it happened for my top surgery, everything happened really quick, and that's sort of because of the way that I did it and the way that I chose to do it, and I'm so thankful for that. Whereas with my bottom surgery referral, I could not be more relieved that actually I'm getting to wait and that there is a lot of time, because it means that I can really truly think about it a lot, and maybe in a way it would be good not to overthink it too much, but it's a massive life choice, and if I can have time to think it whilst not like actually delaying things on purpose, then that's good for me. I sort of really do want to talk about the other stuff that I discussed in the appointment, not really in relation to bottom surgery, so I think I'm going to make a sort of part B of the sort of things that I grazed over in this video, but in a little bit more detail. But yeah, if you have any questions about that appointment or any thoughts, then please do let me know. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.